Hey everybody, and welcome to our first course in developmental math. Our first lecture, The course is developmental math. This is, introductory course to mathematics, and it prepares you for college algebra. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing the book talks about is place values and names for numbers. So some of this might just be review for you. Please just listen anyway. There will be a secret word sometime in the recording, so that you need to make sure that you look out for it. So let's see. So place values and names for numbers. An example would be, give the place value of each digit in the number 305,964. And we know that numbers are, you have the hundreds category, and they're separated by commas, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions. So the number 305,964, right? So you have here, this is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and when you read this, you would say 96400. And this is the thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, okay? So, and I have another picture. And this one would be 46,095. And this would be in the 10,000. This is the 6,000 category. This 0 is the hundreds place, this is the tens, and this is the ones. And then I'll show you in the next picture. Here you go. So see, here we have the ones place, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, comma, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, and so on. It keeps going, right? But we probably won't use numbers more than a billion, so that's kind of how it goes. So how would we read something like this? So you would start from the left, and you would go 210,123,456,789. Okay, so you can go ahead and give the place value for each digit in this number. So when I say, when we have now you tries, usually in class you'll actually have to write on the board. But since we don't have that, go ahead and pause the recording and make sure you grab a sheet of paper and write down the examples as we go through this, because it will be super helpful for you. Trust me, it's just a good practice when we have these. Okay, so you can go ahead and pause now. And so assuming that you had paused, welcome back. This would be what? This is the ones place, right? So there's 7 ones. This would be tens. And then you have hundreds. And then thousands. 10,000. And then 100,000. And then we would have millions. 10 millions, and then 100 million, millions, right? This is an M, millions. Then you'd have billions and 10 billion. So you would read this 36,789,225,027. Okay, so it's just good that I'm sure you've seen this before, but it's not bad to refresh. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about expanded form, because that will help you with your homework. Expanded form is basically just another way to rewrite a number so that its place value is very clear and evident. So the number is written as a sum of each digit multiplied by its matching place value. So place value meaning the tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. So if I wanted to write 5,478 in expanded form, I would take each digit. So this is in the thousands place, so this is 5,000. So this is plus, and then you have 700 here, 700. Plus, and then there's 4 in the tens place, so 40, plus, and then there's 8 ones, so just 8. So that's basically what you would do. So notice that 5 is in the thousands place. There's 1, 2, 3 places before it. So there's 3 zeros, right? 7, and then 700, 2 zeros, 40, 1 0, and then there's no zeros in the ones place. Okay. So if it helps, you can also imagine this in terms of money. Might make it easier to visualize. Okay. So now you try. So go ahead and take a second and pause this and write the numbers in expanded form and then unpause. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the answers. So this is 300,000 plus 50,000 plus 4,000 plus 700 plus 90 plus 8. Okay, and then here you would have 50,000 plus 6,000 plus, there's 0 for the 100, so we would just leave 0, and then plus 90 plus 4, and then finally you would have 5 million plus, and then there's 0 in the 100,000s place, so we'll just leave that, 70,000, and then there's none here, so we wouldn't write one for that, plus 600, and then plus 3. Okay, so hopefully that's what you also got. And that is it for that part. And let's go ahead and talk about sets and the number line. So what is a set? A set is in math, a set is considered a collection of numbers. Now we have sets everywhere, sets in real life that we use. We're always categorizing things. So, it's really helpful to understand a set. Now let's talk about 2 very popular sets. The counting numbers, the numbers that you just literally start with 1 and continue in the positive direction. That's the counting numbers. And the whole numbers, which is basically just the counting numbers, but including the number 0. And one way we can visualize whole numbers is using a number line. So imagine here's a line that begins at 0 and then just has a tick mark at every single space. And we have this arrow meaning that it can continue. Okay? And that's it for 1.1. Not too bad, 8 minutes. Okay, so let me explain what EOO means. That means every other odd. So what would that look like? Of course, that would be, so you begin with 1, then what's the next odd number after 1? It would be 3, right? But it's every other odd, so then you actually skip 3, and you would go 5. So let me just explain it in a picture. So 1, 3, so these are the odd numbers, right? Starting with 1, and so on. Okay, so just imagine. So it's every other, so you would do 1, skip this one, solve this one, skip this one, solve this one, skip this one, and so on. Okay, so it's actually a lot less problems than you think. Okay, awesome. So I will see you, and the secret word. See, isn't that good that the secret word for us today is welcome. That's the secret word, welcome. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and write it down in your Canvas. There's a little spot for you to enter the secret word and get credit for watching this video. Alrighty, I will see you in the next video.